Hello and welcome to another edition of the Sports Zone. Today is October 23rd. I'm your host, Charles Hall II, with my man, SHAKA Bradley. Coming up soon, New England beats down the Atlanta Falcons. The World Series is here with the Astros taking on the Dodgers. And in other sports, you got tonight, your boys, Washington Redskins taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in the get-back game. Game 2. First game, the Eagles won pretty handily, 30-17.
It wasn't that handily.
Well, they won it pretty well. The game was never really in doubt like that.
Nah, it wasn't. They didn't just
Carson Wentz had a solid night.
He had a few
26 for 39, 2 touchdowns, 8 different receivers scored the ball. Kurt had 3 turnovers, 1 interception, 2 fumbles. There was no running game for the Skins, none for the Eagles neither, but it was the turnovers were a factor, but they didn't make plays. Now, Philly 5-1 has been doing that thing. This is a big game for you all because you don't want to go with 2 losses against Philly in the division. Your take?
Who's you all? I mean, it is a big game. You know, you got Philly playing well in the division. You got the Redskins, one of those teams that are not quite good, but not bad either. Middle of the road. So, I mean, if you want to win this division, it's up for grabs, but you got to catch Philly. I mean, right now, Philly is the team to beat. Philly is playing good ball. I don't know how good Philly is, to be truthful about it, but they're 5-1. They're in the lead in the division, so you got to beat them. I mean, you already lost to them, like you said. You can't get swept. So, I mean, you got to come out and play good, play well on this Monday night, which you historically haven't done.
I was going to say, historically, they have not played well on primetime games, but they got their primetime win earlier this year against the Raiders, against a team they thought was supposed to be so-called good. Philly right now, like I said, Carson Wentz is playing good ball. Damian Blunt's kind of running the ball for him well. But their defense is trying to make a few plays. You all are playing without your top cornerback.
You all.
I mean, that's your team, the Redskins. Do not sit here and act like on
This guy.
television, cable TV, like you're not a Redskin fan.
Listen, man.
You're not a Skin fan?
Listen, I told you, I've been on hiatus from this team for a couple of years.
That was BS from the jump.
We're burying the hatchet.
Anyone that knows you knows that was bull.
That wasn't bull. That was legit.
Nah.
I mean, I was on hiatus.
I know you're a Skin fan. So with that being said, tonight, what do you think's going to happen?
I don't think the Skins are going to win. I mean, like you said, you're missing Josh Norman. You're missing with the defensive lineman from Alabama.
Yeah, he's tough. The first round
mean,
pick.
and he was playing well. So I don't know. But the funny thing is, when folks are missing people, it's typically when they find a way to win. So you wouldn't think that they'd be able to hang in there with Philly, who is rolling on offense. But this is probably a game that they can win. I hope they're not wearing those ugly yellow pants, and they do like they did against. I want to say that was Kansas City, and come out with the real uniform. That plays a role.
I mean, that was a shocker too, to see the old school burgundy pants out there. But I mean, this is a big game for the Skins. But I really wonder, like we said, playing shorthanded. They've normally had Philly's number when they came here. That's why I was shocked you all that y'all didn't win it. But Carson Wentz is playing. He's making some plays. I mean, I wasn't sold last year, but right now he is playing good ball. He's making this short, simple thing. I mean, not really going deep with it, but simple passes, making a play, moving the chains.
Well, he's doing his Tony Romo impression. I mean,
Romo's a gunslinger.
Yeah, but see, like, Wentz can break away and still make these big plays. That's what they did in the first game.
That's true.
The Redskins had, like, Wentz under pressure a lot that game. Didn't complete the sack.
I feel that compassion.
He got away through long passes to Aguilar and whoever else. So, I mean, you gotta keep him contained. Get him down when you get the pressure on him. Don't let him get away so a busted play turns into a long touchdown. If they can do that, they'll be in the game. I mean, they're not going to run the ball. Gruden doesn't want to run the ball. That's Steve Spurrier 2.0. Like, everybody keeps...
Well, running the ball if you want it, there's no running game at all. I mean,
because that's not the philosophy of the coach.
Or Fat Rob.
It doesn't matter.
There's no running game there.
It doesn't matter. They don't want to run the ball. Like, they can tell us they want to run the ball, but the philosophy of the coach is to throw. That's what he's doing. He's showcasing his boy. the run game is not something that he didn't run the ball in Cincinnati.
Can you all win with that kind of strategy? That's your team. Stop ducking that. That's your team, skin fan.
All stuff.
Can you all win with that kind of strategy?
Well, we've seen how how successful it's been just throwing the ball all over the place. Yeah, Kerr will get franchise records and he gonna make all kind of money doing that, but 8-7, 9-7. I mean, I don't know, are those results that we writing home about?
Nah.
So that's gonna if you're a one-dimensional team, chances are you're gonna be 500 or less.
Interesting.
I mean, you gotta be able to run the ball.
I like Philly tonight, man.
Yeah,
Philly tonight in this one. Even though as a Cowboy fan, I care less who win, but I think Philly's going to win only because
you need Philly to lose.
No, it don't. We ain't played Philly yet. We're not tripping off this game here. As a Cowboy fan, I'm not even watching any games, but I know I look at the stats here and there, see the standings. We're right there. 3-3, we're right there. They 5-1.
No, man,
they haven't played us yet.
Don't let the standings.
They beat some of y'all bums like
don't
Philly
let the standings
and like the Giants and some of these other folks. They beat y'all. They haven't played us.
Dallas looked good last week or yesterday. But don't
mollywop them. They supposed to beat them.
Well, I mean,
y'all couldn't mollywop them.
Hey,
y'all couldn't even finish them off.
Hey.
Bad call by the ref killed that game.
Hey, man, the Redskins might not be that good. We'll see. We
right.
got that. It's right. Dallas weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, it is, man.
Yeah.
Yes. Right, folks. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back and discuss more of the NFL after a brief message.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us. All of us. You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our determination, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
Hello, welcome back to the Sports Zone, folks. Over the weekend, NFL, a lot of games were kind of shocking. Super Bowl rematch, we thought was going to be a lot closer. You had a Sunday night blowout with New England giving it to Atlanta. I mean, Brady looked good. What does this here? Brady 21 for 29, 249, 2 touchdowns. Steelers beat down the Bengals. Bengals aren't that good, but Steelers got back on a winning track. And then you still have Cam Newton. They looked horrible against the Bears.
Yeah, that was surprising.
I mean, what was really stood out? The Vikings beating the Ravens, Seattle having a sideline pushing shoving match with the coach and player, and they still give it to the Giants. What this week, and something I may not even mention, that has caught your attention? I mean, NFL so far.
Not much, and then you had a couple teams who did not score an offensive point.
Right.
Who got shut out?
Denver,
I think it was 3.
I know
Denver.
21-0.
What I'm realizing so far is I mean that's basically what it is. It's a lot of parity. Like these teams are not that good. They running these scrub quarterbacks out there. They running this scrub West Coast offense that everybo's been running since the 49ers.
No one scares me really right now. I mean, even
there's no word.
New England with Brady. I mean, we know he's clutch, but none of them teams scare me. Out of none of these balls, like anybody can be beat on just a good if you're hot on a good day.
Yeah, I mean it depends on the day, depends on the matchup.
It's not like you're getting like an 85 Bears or even whatever year it was New England went 17-0, even they lost the championship Super Bowl game. But none of these teams are like top flight saying, "Wow, these jokers here flying."
No, it's an exercise in futility and parity, and it makes for an interesting season. I mean, you're not going to be able to hang your hat on any of these teams. If you bet money, you probably want to keep that in your pocket.
You're lying about that.
Because from one week to the next, you saw Pittsburgh get whipped by Jacksonville. Come back and
Jacksonville is balling though, quiet as kept.
Yeah,
man.
but I mean, are you gonna put your reputation on that?
They might win the South.
They are balling. I mean, I'm not gonna take nothing away from Jayville. They are balling.
It's just so funny to me because at the beginning of the preseason, they were like Bortles may not start. They benched him in the second preseason game, then he came back and played well. They got Lynn Fournette running that rock well.
You got the run game and the defense carrying that team.
I like their helmets. I just like their little.
That's the most terrible uniform.
Nah, that two-tone helmet decides me for some reason. But for whatever reason. I mean, even still, I look back at the controversy topic of what Dallas had to go through. They took a week off. Jerry Jones threatens everybody. Anybody take a knee or show disrespect to the flag, they'll be not playing. I was hoping somebody would have taken a knee, but nobody on our team decided to do that. We came through and mollywopped through. Who was that? They beat down 49ers. But the team that's catching my eye for real, is the Rams. They're balling. And they're 5-2. They lost to Jan. They lost to, I think might have been somebody else, but they're 5-2. They beat the Cowboys. They beat Seattle, if I'm not mistaken. They're doing their thing. Shockingly, after the move to LA, giving LA something to talk about. Your take on them?
That's Sean McVay. I mean, it is kind of shocking that they are had to have the record that they have. But I mean, when you get 1 million first-round picks, eventually something got to shake. You got to get. I mean, you got to come through at some point. It looks like they just needed a coach. Jeff Fisher, for whatever reason.
I mean, he had him there close every year. He was defensive a running game coach. Man, he didn't throw the ball. No imagination for real.
Since Ed McNair was making it happen for them, Eddie George.
McNair and George was a good mob back then.
So, Sean McVay
Frank
came
Wycheck, in. And that crew there.
Obviously, he had something.
Defensive end.
He's connecting with those guys and getting something out of them that Fisher couldn't get. Do I believe wholeheartedly in the Rams? Nah.
Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, like when push comes to shove, when it all gets down to it, are you going to pick the Rams to beat Seattle in a playoff game or a game that matters?
Well, the Rams at 5-2, they lost to y'all, so I know you feel y'all not afraid of them.
I mean, all those games can go. Anybody could have won those games. They could have lost to the Rams too.
I have to ask you this before we go to our top 5. I got to ask you this because it was all over last week and I wasn't able to say it on the show. Do you think the hit that was on Aaron Rodgers was legal?
That was fine. I mean, he just got hurt.
Regular football, right?
Yeah, like that's the thing.
Everybody on the radio and TV talking like that was an illegal hit. Man, that's football, boys and girls. Hit,
man. He just got hurt. Had he not got hurt, everybody would have got up and went to the huddle like it didn't mean anything.
Right.
It just so happens that he did get hurt. Tough break.
Tough break. I
mean, it is what it is. You playing football.
Well, I got you here. Let's go. Top 5 NFL teams.
I don't even have.
I'll let your 5 go down. I'll get my 5.
I don't have a 5, man, because I don't think any of these teams, it's hard to choose the best team. You've already seen New England lose at home twice.
So you think the best team is Skins, huh?
No, heck no.
I'm about to say.
Heck no. A one-dimensional team with no receivers can't be the best team.
That's the Skins.
Exactly. You can't be the best team.
I have the Rams at 5 just because them and the Vikings flip-flop. I'm going to take the Rams. They have, I think, a little stronger win, some more wins. I like New England at 4 because I can't put them over Kansas City because Kansas City whooped them. But I can't put KC over Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh beat them. So I got New England at 4, KC at 3. I have Pittsburgh at 2. And number 1, just off their record alone, I'm picking Philly. But I don't really know what Philly.
Do you really think Philly's the number 1 team in the league?
I'm going off record on that. But
man, I wouldn't take Philly over New England, even though I saw New England lose twice.
Interesting.
I mean, again, what you just named, because this person beat this person and this and that, that's parity. That's garbage.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
yes, it is. Whole lot of parity.
Yeah, I mean, and Green Bay would have been in there had Rodgers not gotten hurt.
Man, that's what it is. That's football.
I mean, so it's hard to say.
That's part of the game.
You're going to have some teams that aren't very good in the playoffs. The season is going to be a season of parity, and the playoffs is going to be hot garbage.
I'm not going to say that. Playoffs is going to be always pretty good, but depending on the matchup. It's about matchups in the one game. Plus, it's one game series. You better get it done. Folks, when we come back, we'll take a brief message. We're going to discuss the World Series, Astros, Dodgers, after a brief message.
Space technology. It's all around us. Think safety, medicine, transportation, energy, communications, and thousands of products we enjoy and depend on every day. Technologies originally developed for space exploration make life better here on Earth. The Space Foundation wants you to know space is for all of us. Learn more at spacecertification.org.
Welcome back, folks. Right now, the World Series is here. Houston versus LA. First time the Dodgers have been here since '88, back in the Kirk Gibson era or Hershiser era. what's the manager name? Little short stubby guy.
Lasorda.
Tommy Lasorda. But this mob here, Clayton Kershaw, Yasiel P, Justin Turner, Dodgers were number one all year long. They were killing the game. Houston, though, was no slouch either. They had over 100 wins doing that thing. Game 1 should be a good one. Dallas Keuchel versus Clayton Kershaw. Who do you like, just overall, not game 1, just overall in the series? Your take, are you excited about it, or you rather see the Yankees? What was your take?
No, I don't want to see the Yankees.
Neither do I.
Ever. I mean, yeah, I mean, man, I like the Astros. I like the uniforms. I mean, it's trivial, but I like the uniforms. They look like an exciting team. But I kind of like the Dodgers too. I'm glad that the Dodgers got the Cubs out of there, and you know, they've been the best team all year long. So I mean, it's only fitting that they go ahead and close out the season.
This is only the 8th time in Major League Baseball series history where you've got 2 teams with over 100 wins in the World Series. So lately it's been like all these mediocre teams. The top seed would get beat somewhere along the line, i.e. Caps, so to speak. But not Caps, I'm sorry, Nats. But same principle, same thing. They lose in the playoffs all the time. But this is the first time you can actually say, wow, we got a chance to see some good baseball.
Yeah, I mean,
the best teams throughout the long haul.
Yeah, these are pretty much the 2 best teams. I mean, I know Cleveland had the long win streak, but from the jump, Houston and the Dodgers have been playing good ball. So, I mean, it's going to be an exciting series. I'm looking forward to watching it.
Interesting. Who you going to take?
I mean, it's a toss-up. I'll take the Dodgers. I mean, they're the best team. So, like I said, why not close it out?
I like the Dodgers as well. How many games you like the Dodgers?
It'll probably go 6 or 7. I mean, I don't think nobody's sweeping anybody.
I got the Dodgers in 6, honestly.
Yeah.
But it should be a good one. I think Kershaw may lead him away to it. I think he may get 2 wins in this series. I think it should be a good one, though. Moving on, folks. College football is coming through strong. Over the weekend, we had some big games. Michigan took a severe beatdown on a big night game over to Penn State. Then you had USC getting beat down on a big primetime game, Notre Dame. Tennessee got wore out against Alabama. My beloved Canes got a big win over Syracuse.
A big one?
A big win, big win for us. We're slowly getting back there.
That's a sad state of affairs.
My mom is slowly getting back. We're undefeated. Hey, the Canes 6-0. I'm not bragging. We're gonna slowly make our way on up there. That's the whole to it. That's all. I'm just give them a little quick shout out one time for the U. Your take on college football right now?
Yeah, man.
You can speak on Michigan if you like.
No need. I told you a couple weeks ago that was a scrub team, man.
Not a scrub
team. And they went and
got
beat down like a scrub team.
They had one of the best defenses in college football. They got ran through.
Yeah, the best defense don't get ran through.
Well, by numbers and everything else, they've been doing it all year long.
Man, don't tell me about no numbers. Tell me what's happening on the field.
That's true.
You got ran through.
Yeah, they
and
gave
you
it to
already.
them.
I mean, no need to waste time on them.
They gave it to him. I'm gonna keep it real. I mean. And it wasn't just the main weapon at running back. He was all over the place, man. They had stuff going on all over. I love to see the brother at the helm doing this thing for that mob at Penn State. Got him rolling.
If you don't know about the Dodgers manager, do we know about that?
Oh, he's there. Yeah, yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean,
yes, sir. Yes, he is, man. Yes, sir.
But, I mean, in terms of this season, it's kind of becoming, like, dull, to be honest with you. Clemson already lost.
Look, man.
Oklahoma already lost.
The Flair Oklahoma's 6-1. Clemson 6-1. Yeah. Your top 10: Alabama 8-0, Penn State 7-0, Georgia 7-0, TCU 7-0, Wisconsin 7-0, Ohio State 6-1, Clemson 6-1, the Canes 6-0, Notre Dame 6-1. Them some big names there.
Yeah, okay.
Undefeated, and still one loss.
None of them gonna beat Alabama.
Why you figure that?
Look at it, man.
Hey. Let me be quiet. Like I said,
None of them beating Alabama.
Let a certain mob just keep rising up.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm rooting for Notre Dame. I'm rooting for Notre Dame to get through.
Why is that?
Well, we don't need to go into all of that.
Why?
But I like who they have at quarterback. I like how he keeps running those folks in that quarterback. So I'm pulling for Notre Dame, especially coming off that.
I've always hated Notre Dame.
And so have I until recently, but I like the string of quarterbacks that have come through there.
They've been doing that thing with
and putting that hurting on USC, even though USC probably isn't that good.
They're not. Let's go ahead. Top 4 teams in college football right now. If it ended today, who's going to the playoffs?
Yeah,
right
I mean,
now?
like, this is the worst. This is another scrub playoff.
If it ended today, give me 4 teams.
Like, you don't believe in Georgia. TCU.
Georgia's balling right now.
TCU is there by default.
And they smacked Notre Dame. They smacked Notre Dame around.
That was early on.
Still.
Notre Dame didn't know what it was doing just yet.
They smacked. They went in the game an old SEC smacking.
So let me ask you.
I hate to say that.
You think Georgia can beat Alabama?
Yeah. It's possible.
You don't even believe that.
No, it's very possible. Georgia looks good.
You think TCU could beat Alabama? You think Penn State could beat Alabama?
Yes. Y'all didn't think Clemson could beat Alabama last year.
I always thought so. I mean, Deshaun Watson was the best player.
Look, man, for my years of life, Alabama, or my early years of life, only was good for a few years. They beat my mob back in '91, but they were not the heart. Now they're the mob.
Yeah, I mean,
for me, I'm like, that's where the kids are going. But
that's irrelevant. What they used to, they're taking names now.
I'm not sold on that this year, but they are kicking.
Like they're the only ones wearing people out like that.
They are blasting Bama's. But what are they gonna do in a close game?
Question. I mean, at this point, it's a waste of time, to be honest with you. I'm taking Alabama. I don't want them to win. I hate Alabama, but I don't think anybody else is good enough.
So who are your top 4 teams, right? If they had to end the day,
I'm going with the top 4. Like I don't
you
believe in any
Alabama,
of them.
Penn State, Georgia, TCU. That's your 4.
Yeah, why not? I mean, the rest of the teams, you already lost. You're not really that good.
There's a few teams that are good that have not lost yet.
Man, you keep trying to slip the Canes into.
I didn't say nothing.
They had just beat a big game against Syracuse.
Wisconsin's undefeated. They 7-0. I didn't say the Canes.
Do we think Wisconsin could beat Penn State or Ohio State? Honestly,
Probably so. I don't know. They probably can.
I doubt it.
One game. Look, like I said, let a particular team keep rising up. Watch what happens.
What particular team is that?
Don't want to mention their name yet. Watch them.
Man, this ain't.
Let that mob keep rising up. Everybody knows what it is.
And all those guys.
The Flair be back.
This ain't Clinton Porter.
All that mess with these dudes leaving that town, they all be going back down there.
They can't have no big game against Syracuse.
Watch.
And be on the rise.
Watch. Folks, when we come back, we got to discuss some things real quick. Hold on, we'll stay here for a quick second. NBA for a minute. The Wizards. Your take on the Wizards right now. Why we here?
It's early on, man. The Wizards, but I can already see that they're still the same Wizards that they were last year. Still not able to close a game like a professional team. Your best player still doesn't know what to do at the end of the game. You're giving away.
They won. They played 2 games.
Yeah, they won.
Both of them. They should have won both. They've got what I've been saying it for a long time: cohesiveness, team unity. They play together, and you got the guys are playing good ball. I'm loving the way what's the guy that the pick from a couple of years ago? Kelly Oubre. He's balling, doing his thing. He's stepping in, playing his role while the twin is down. You know, you still got the best. I think they're the second best backcourt in basketball right now, and Wall and Bill. And of course, your glue guy is going to do his thing. Otto doing his thing on both ends.
Otto still can't play a lick of defense.
That's not true. He does play defense.
He plays deflect the ball. Get a steal defense.
You got to earn
that man still trailing the person off a pick and roll.
You got to earn your point. That's the scheme they run.
No, man, that's you. Can't keep up with your man.
You got to run certain guys off that line.
You've been doing the same thing since you've been in the league.
You got to run certain guys off that line. You can't go around and pick on certain guys.
You can't always be trailing either.
You got to push him off that line.
Strap up. He still can't play no defense. Still can't play no defense.
Hey, look, the other guy has to show. They have to show, man. That other guy might be the Polish Hammer, or
he can't play.
One of them other
He's
guards.
terrible at pick and roll defense.
The other guards better play better defense. They don't show in that pick and roll.
John Wall still reaching. John Wall still playing.
Yeah, let's call him out then.
Except when he wants to. Listen, it's early. 2-0. We'll see what they do against the Nuggets tonight. They look like the same team.
They got my Lakers on Wednesday too.
Yeah,
should be an interesting game.
It shouldn't really, but this is what I'm talking about. Like, this year to me in the NBA, it's about folks that are real players, real teams showing it's time.
Time gets down
from the beginning. Like, we don't even got time to wait for the second half of the year. You need to be showing that you're a real team.
What is it? They 2-0. They stay doing it then.
Oh man, that mess they did against Detroit, blowing that lead.
They won though.
barely winning. You had to
I
win
know.
and hope for a wing and a prayer.
Yeah, that's true.
That to me wasn't what it's all about. Like Cleveland not messing around. You got lucky.
We're not buying that Cleveland.
You got lucky. Gordon Hayward got hurt.
We buying LeBron. Yeah, we're not buying that on them. And the Wizards, Joe, do not see them right now. They have to still learn their team. Cleveland.
Man, you got LeBron. It doesn't matter.
So what?
And you got Wade. I mean, listen, man.
I
need to see you close out again.
It's not. I'm not saying Cleveland ain't good. Let's make sure we get that right. Cleveland is tough, but it's not a guaranteed walkthrough just yet.
I don't think so either. But if I gotta pick somebody who I know is gonna do what they're supposed to do, I'm going with LeBron. John Wall 8 years in, I still need to see you close out a game.
That's true.
Like
go with that.
you doing the ISO game and don't get a shot off with under 2 minutes to go in the game that you trying to win or conserve the lead.
Well, I would say this. I watched the first game of the year when Boston played Cleveland. Cleveland is up 3. Now, let me go back a second. They were down 1. They needed a tough bucket. LeBron went right to the rack, spin move, pump fake, got some guy in the air, layup. Now they're down 3. They're up 3 with like 30 seconds to go. He holding the ball. I'm thinking, okay, he's going to go to the hole, make the ref make a call. What does he do? He settles for a 3. He misses it, giving Boston a chance to get a shot up. My point with LeBron, I just don't get it. Where's your killer instinct? Finish him off, which is to me a reason why I'm not sold. It's always going to be there in the end for him this year. That right there had me like he's still doing that. But that's shoot up like it's Jay Water, like he's Curry or like he KD. Why do you shoot that?
I'm about to contradict myself a little bit. That's LeBron. This is practice for him. This is play for him. For other teams, somebody like the Wizards, you got to take all this serious. You don't have that same pedigree. You don't have that money in the bank like that.
Okay.
We know when it's money time what LeBron come to do.
Okay.
These folks here, we don't know what they can. We saw your man get that peanut butter in that game 7.
Who we talking about?
Well,
I don't know who we talking about.
Listen, I need to see them play smarter.
Yeah, that's true. Well, folks, we're coming right back after a brief message. We're going to discuss Dusty and the Nats. How real is it? I got some stats for you after a brief message.
From the moment that ordinary colonists took up arms for liberty, people from all walks of life expected to serve during times of war. But then the draft ended, and since, less and less of us have any real connection to the armed services. What is lost when we replace civilian soldiers with professional warriors? And what happens when stereotypes harden about what it means to serve our country? Help begin to bridge the military-civilian divide.
Folks, on this show not too long ago, my partner said he had the Nats losing in the LDS, which they did. They choked it out of 5 games. Didn't come to find out they fired Dusty Baker. I was heated at that. Still am heated about that. Your take, because if I go first, I want to hear what you got to say. So explain to me why you think Dusty should not have a job right now with the Nats. You can't, like I thought.
No, you can't. You know why you can't?
You
Because he ran the same lineup out there who did not hit
I'm
the whole
so
playoff.
happy you said that.
You're going to run the same exact people out there. You're going to sit there and chew that stupid toothpick in your mouth.
You just threw a curveball at
looking
me.
like a damn fool, excuse my language.
That was shoulder high, and I'm about to knock it through the wall. These lineups you got right here. Harper, Taylor, Mike Taylor, represented. Dan Murphy, Anthony Rendon, Jason Worth, Ryan Zimmerman, Bryce Harper, our boy, our man, 211 batting average in the playoffs. Mike Taylor, 333. Dan Murphy, 211. Rendon, 176. Jason Worth, 167. Zimmerman, 150 in the playoff. You have to make some kind of adjustment to the ball. Hit the ball. And this ain't just happening this year. This is happening every single year. But yet you want to blame Dusty on this one? July. These dudes do this every year. From the All-Star game afterwards, July, Harper was 378, Mike Taylor 250, Dan Murphy 309, Rendon 392, Zimmerman 234. In August, Harper 297, Taylor 222, 263 for Murphy. These dudes are just hitting and going worse and worse as we go along. Then on game 5, when it's the 9th inning, when you gotta have it, you got your lineup up there. They up there. Harper. Who was it? Was it Worth and Zimmerman? What did them dudes do, Shaka? What did they do?
They did what we already knew.
What did they do?
We did. They
Two of the
did
three struck out the jump.
what we knew they weren't going to do, which was not getting
Sold
hit.
the farm.
I told you
they
this
sold
already.
the farm all season long, and you got Mario up here trying to tell me it wasn't his, like it was Dusty fault.
Listen,
man, them dudes can't hit. They're
Listen.
selling out.
Listen,
They have been selling
they sold
out.
out like we knew they were going to do. But you ran off all the stats and all that.
Man.
So at what point do you make an adjustment to who you put in that game? And say, hey, you not hit.
Boys we
you
running
haven't
with.
hit all
He's got
series.
faith with them. He's ran them.
Well,
He's got faith.
Well, that faith got your behind up out of here.
Man, them dudes have done
That
that.
faith got your behind.
He's
up
the
out
first man to have him go back-to-back division titles.
Who cares? None of that matters. You
The
lost
most wins
again.
they've had in a 2-year span,
Nah, who cares?
but yet they want to fire
It
them.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
And you're trying to justify that.
Nah, what I'm telling you is the man didn't
Man,
make some
please.
adjustments. The dudes didn't hit. We knew they weren't going to hit.
That was the problem.
We knew they weren't
You
gonna
got
hit.
a game where you got one dude going a no-hitter through 6.5 innings. He couldn't get no help. You got game one, you got Strasburg doing his thing. He couldn't get no help. He gave away 2 hits, he got 2 earned runs, but still, where's his help at?
Hey.
Where's his help at? Don't tell me because he threw out Gio on game 5.
Well, no, Gio was fine until
I
Gio
know
wasn't fine. You kept Gio in too long, get him out of there. You up 4-1 at that point. After the first run, get his behind out of there. Now, he couldn't have predicted that Scherzer was going to come in there and sell the farm like he did. But get him out. Get Worth out. Worth ain't hit all the series.
Those
get him
plays,
out. Get these people out of here.
Those mistakes out there, those are not on Dusty. That's those guys.
Dusty,
those guys.
Dusty got to know.
That's why I'm so
Dusty
happy
was too low.
in a sense that these dudes. I'm thinking we right here. We got our lineup up here to get through this thing on the 9th inning, and 2 of the 3 dudes strike out. I'm talking about strike out badly.
We knew it.
I didn't know it. I had faith they was going to do something.
Man, you are the great humanitarian. I turned the game off because I already knew what was happening.
Man,
Listen, man, you standing there chewing that toothpick, that still annoys me right to this minute.
that's a personal thing.
You standing there looking stupid, you made no adjustments to anything, and you just standing there chewing that toothpick, being loyal, and that loyalty got your behind.
Who's he going to go at? Who's he going to put out there, Sasha?
Man, I forget the
Who's he
cat's
gonna
name.
put out
There's a
there?
couple of folks he could have put in who were hot.
Who he gonna put in there? Who? He went with these dudes that's done it all year long.
They ain't doing all
these
year.
dudes that's supposed to be
The people behind
dudes
them
supposed to
ain't
be
done
so good.
because
Bryce
once they
Harper
played half the year.
sold out. He gave you one good game.
Bryce
One
Harper
good
was
game.
Bryce
Game
Harper
2.
been out half the year. You had people that were already rolling.
The
Put
man
those
was Mike
folks in.
Taylor. He was the man.
Mike Taylor balled. I mean, you can't take that away from him.
That series.
Nobody else hit. I
Mike
say
Taylor.
blow all of them up.
Get it from me, Mike Taylor. Yes, sir. Mike Taylor.
I say get all of them out of here.
Nah,
It's the same
Mike
thing.
Ball.
Mike did
Mike
ball.
ball.
Mike did ball.
Real
But
quick, man.
Dusty made no adjustments. Man.
Homecoming week for Bethune-Cookman. Yes, sir. My man got the hat on, got the colors. I ain't get the memo. Hey, we got a Hampton this week. Don't look at me with your shirt like I'm down with them, man. That's in the household. I'm not down with them at all.
Hey,
with
man,
Cookman.
some folks say you was told to wear those colors.
Man, please. I know exactly what it is with me. I believe blue and white for Eastern High, maroon and gold for Hampton, and purple and gold for the frat. That's simple and plain for me. Simple and plain. I like Cookman this week. Who you like?
I don't like cooking.
Man, you fool. We going to win homecoming.
Listen, let me tell you something.
We're going to win homecoming.
I'm gonna tell you something.
We sold out last
went
week
to
against
Howard
A&T.
and saw them blow that game. I ain't picking Cookman to win that. Another game.
Serious?
Listen,
Joe.
listen. And I love my school to death, but what I saw at the Howard game, nah.
Wow.
And Hampton
Wow.
5-0.
So what? They're not
And we
bringing that
just
mess
lost to
down.
A&T.
They're not bringing us down Volusia County with that down Daytona Beach. They not
And
having
they
that
don't
down
even
there.
fill the stadium up.
They
down
will.
there.
This year they will. For homecoming, it's going to be loaded, both sides. Everybody.
Hey, man.
If you're going down to homecoming, be safe.
Be safe.
Party hard. Have a good one. Get that win. Make it back home safe and sound.
Absolutely.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Yes, sir.
Why not? Focus grown.
This is myself, Charles E. Hall II. My co-pilot, Shaka Bradley. This is the Sports Zone, and we'll see you next week.